my friends, hello. I don't know if that's how the song goes. Hey, stop buzzing me. There's a fly that's just buzzing around my ear. So, it's August. No, it's not August. What am I talking about? It's September 6th, 2012. And this is my final spiritual related video. Now, never say never. It's not really the absolute final, but it is going to be for a very long time. I still, once in a while, I'm sure I'll stay open. I'm sure as the years go by, I'll occasionally pop on the camera when I feel moved to. But I'm not sure, I think 103, 104 videos now in less than 2 years related to spirituality. And I need to shift my focus. I love doing it. I really do. If I was independently wealthy, I'd probably just keep going. But just too much. I've got too many children's books piling up, and especially my opus that I've been working on, geez, I think 11, 12 years now, Flower in the Giant. That's my mission. I have to finish that one. Try not to film people. Some people don't like to be filmed, so I pass her by. So yeah, I got to, it's time to shift my focus. I'm only one person. I got way too many projects. My imagination's too big, so you know. The problem with being moved to make videos is I get moved all the time. So too many projects, too many videos. Too many books piling up. So it's time to shift my focus. So, you know, I'll pop off a video once in a blue moon maybe. But they'll be few and far between. I've got, after this, 3 video projects that are of an artistic nature that I'll be working on and posting, and then no more videos at all for some time, and just focus on the books. But so I don't really know. This is my final video, really, spiritual related. I'm just going to let it flow. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. I'm probably going to cover things I've already covered. I've covered a lot of things in my previous videos. I might elaborate on them. I might say some new things. Might tell you a little bit about myself, things you don't know. Some things maybe I've already said. I don't know. I'm going to let it flow. Normally, even though my videos sometimes are short, but mostly they're long, I'm always trying to keep them short. This one, I'm not going to try to keep it short. So I suspect it will be very long. And rightfully so, since it's the last one. I know some of you enjoy my videos and find a lot of comfort in them. So I thought we'd go for a walk together, and I would just ramble and at least give you one last long video. So we'll go for a walk and have a chat. How's that sound? So, I'm on the Bruce Trail in Hamilton, just passing at the beginning the Shadoki golf course. Hamiltonians hate when I call that, but I can't resist. I think it's called Shadoke. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I always pronounce it Shadoki because, you know, I'm silly. I get that from my dad. he was an amazing man. He was also a bit of a silly heart at times, and a very social guy, very humorous. Remember growing up there was a drugstore on the corner called Herbie's drugstore growing up, and he insisted from day one to call it Herpes. And he never stopped. I mean, he just thought it became the name. Another passerby and her dog. So yeah, and he went there often, so it always came up. And but yeah, never once did he ever call it. He just smiled, laughed, and we'd always tease him about it. It's not called herpes, Dad. It's herpes. But of course, that just fueled him more. So yeah, he always called it herpes. Gonna head over to Herpes and pick something up at Herpes. So I think I get that, among other things, from him. I'm grateful for. Another thing is, just now I'm thinking about his humor. There was a tanning place just down the road from where we lived called Son of a Beach. And so, remember the first time, and it was only one phone number off, so we used to get phone calls from them. And I remember the first time Dad picked up the phone and heard, "Is this the Son of a Beach?" He's like, "What?" And so we used to joke about that a lot. So of course he called that Son of a Bitch. There was another one I was going to say, a third funny little one, but oh, I know. Dad used to always pick up the phone when the phone rang and you called our house. This is what you'd hear: "City Morgue." It would totally throw people off, especially telemarketers. Oh, we got golfers. I'm going to turn this off for a sec. Girl walking with her dog playing catch. So I guess I'll talk about my dad for a bit, since I'm on the subject. Hold that thought. What a lovely day on planet Ocean. I fall in love with this planet and all the trillions of organisms of all kinds: humans, mammals, birds, bugs, you name it, plants, trees especially. Well, people especially, but behind people, trees. But I love planet Ocean. I fall in love with it more and more. How can you not? No judgment, we all are different expressions. I feel everybody's position is valid. Everybody. It's part of acceptance. It's a big part of spirituality. I think we all come to that road. You realize you just gotta accept. If we want freedom, we have to let others be free. Which can be tough because we want. And that's why we finally come to the road where a lot of us realize all you can do is be the change, because you can't wish for a free life and a free world, but tell other people how to live. You know what I mean? Even if they're doing things we don't agree with, or things that are harmful to themselves or others of the planet, best you can do is just give them love and show them by example, like my Uncle Al did. My Uncle Al never told anybody to. I don't think he ever gave advice. He just was himself, and he was just the example. But I lost my train of thought on that one. I'll just say whatever comes out. The smells. We're so blessed. We're so blessed. Yeah, I was going to say something and I lost my train of thought. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So no judgment to others, but you see a lot of people that want to go to another planet or another dimension, and that's fine. It's all good. Why not? But for me and some others, feel the same way, I'm sure. Why would you want to go anywhere else? We barely explored this place. We're still just discovering species that have been here and just, that we really haven't know very little about, and discovering new ones we didn't even know existed, and it's just, and even what we think we know about, we really don't know. We're finding all the time that what we think we know is wrong. So we're so blessed to be here on this planet ocean. It's a miracle in itself. Flying around a ball of fire with a moon or a little night light, it's just amazing. It's incredible. And here we can experience everything. Music, food, smells, taste, touch, sex, intimacy. All of it. Even the things that challenge us. Violence, anger, hate. It's just a buffet of experience. And it's an endless buffet of gifts. I've said that before, and it really is. And we forget. And that's what I think a lot of us, when we share about our spirituality, we're trying to remind each other. Which is great. That's what we're doing. So when we share on Facebook and we do videos and we do posts and we talk to each other, that's what we're doing. We're reminding each other, because we all know. It's not like anybody, even the greatest gurus, are really telling us something that's like, really? Because immediately when you hear something profound, what do? You go, yeah. You just immediately get the resonance, even though it may be, a new thought. And it's because deep down we know. Everything we need to know, we already know. Not in here, but in here. And so we remind each other, and it's wonderful. Especially this time, period where we have the internet. And so many billions of people can communicate and share like never before. It's amazing. At first I was against the internet. Not against, I should say, but I resisted it. But it really is such a gift. And yes, there's some people squander it, and there's a lot of negativity and harsh things on the internet, a lot of garbage, like anything. But it's also being used for great things. And so it really is an incredible tool. And we're blessed to have it. And we're also blessed that we live in the age of the artist, which very few talk about. We really do. I mean, artists have always been around, but no time in history, if you think about it, have we had so many artists. If you think about your everyday life, it's just so commonplace that you don't even think about it. But try to think of people you know in your life, friends, family, acquaintances. You know lots of people that play the guitar or have a hobby or do art or act or, some kind of art form. Pretty much everybody's an artist. Even people think they're an artist, but then they have this hobby and they do this crap. Well, you're an artist. So we truly live in the age of the artist. And with the internet, we can share with the world. It's amazing. Never had that before in history. But like a lot of things, we take it for granted. That's what we do, we forget. And so to get back to gifts, we're endlessly blessed with this buffet of gifts. And we're always the mind, and that's the challenge of the mind. And mind's a great tool, but it also causes us much suffering because we're always wanting more, or we're always complaining. We're always dwelling on what we don't like or what we didn't get. Or we're always dwelling in the past or thinking of the future, worrying about the future. And we forget what's in the moment. And in the moment is endless gifts. The air in our lungs. When we hear a song, when we have a laugh, when we eat something tasty, when we create a piece of artwork, when we cuddle up into a nice warm blanket, when we sit by a fire. You know, it just goes on and on and on. When we hear birds singing, when we see a bee pollinating a plant. You know, it just goes on and on. When we learn through the internet stuff about the amazing planet we live on, we see amazing documentaries, when we watch movies that move us, when we create ourselves and are able to create things, music and art, big things, little things, it's just endless in every moment. But we forget and we take them for granted. So one of the big keys to happiness is to try to be in the moment as much as possible and be as grateful as possible. And I said it in a video once, that gratitude is important. And you know, I think we've got a real handle, especially in the spiritual community, of gratitude, but still people start to get a little lost, and I think it's because they're missing one thing, and that is first acceptance. Acceptance, we have to learn to accept things as they are. Once we do that, then we can truly be grateful. Because if we're just being grateful like a mantra, but we're still against things and we're still not accepting the way things, we wish things had turned out differently or whatnot, when we constantly live that way, we can try to be grateful, but we're still, our energy is being focused somewhere else, and that's why then we start to not know why. You know, I'm feeling grateful, but I don't understand why. Yeah, but are you still against this, and are you still against that, and you still wish, you know, so there you go. So if we can accept things as they are, doesn't mean we can't make change. We can totally make change by being the change. But just accept what is, because it is. Once it is, it is. You can't change it. Not once it's happened. You know what I mean? You can just be the change, and we are creators. We're creating this world. We're creating everything. It's amazing. The gifts we've been given, the ability to create and manifest. I think I also want to just quickly talk about the law of attraction. Again, you know, don't take this too seriously. If it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, throw it away. But one thing that's not talked about in this way, and this is just food for thought, but one thing I have noticed is that some of the spiritual community out there are really focused on the law of attraction, to the point where it's really become the end all and be all. And I'm not talking about all people in spirituality. I'm talking about there is, though, a lot of people you see that's as far as they've gone. And that's fine. It's your freedom to do so, and it's not wrong. It's just, but I'm just saying, a lot of us discover there's more. And so, just food for thought. I do see that there's a lot of people that are in the spiritual communities, online and stuff, but 100% of their focus is on what they want. And so they have struggles, they have good days and bad days, and when they get what they want, great, and when they don't, you know. And so then they start focusing on trying to just be grateful, you know, be in the vortex so that they can get more what they want, which is great. That's the way to go about it. But a lot of us would invite you, if most of your focus is on getting what you want and the law of attraction, which is totally real. Which is totally real. We definitely manifest things. It's amazing. But there's even deeper levels of spirituality that one can experience when we start to accept and just be grateful for whatever we have, and when we live in service. We see some of the happiest people on the planet actually didn't want anything for themselves. Law of attraction meant nothing to them. They either didn't know about it or didn't care, because they weren't focused on what they wanted. They just were happy with whatever they got, and they were happy to be of service. So I only say that, I'm not going to dwell on it too much, because you're not wrong if you're big into the law of attraction. I'm just saying there's more out there for you. There's more to it, and there's such rewards when you live. Most of my life really has been of service. There has been things I've wanted. Not a lot, but a few. But when I focused too hard on them, that's when I suffered. And so now I still, there's a few things, yeah, it would be neat to have, but I don't focus too heavily. I don't care if I don't get them. And mostly I just want to be of service. I always have been, and even more so now as I get deeper within myself. I just want to be here as an observer. If I can help shape and create and be of service and help create and shape a new world, then great, wonderful. But whatever. I'm just here. Whatever I'm here for, I'm here. And I'll discover it when I'm just figuring it out as I go along why I'm here. I just know I've always been here to help. And there's a great reward. That in itself is a great reward and very fulfilling, just to be of service. And to just be grateful to be of service. And there's all kinds of other layers. There's so many layers to spirituality when we go inwards. So law of attraction rocks. Go to it. But just all I'm saying is you might want to, if you ask yourself, is that all I'm living for now? Just to do all the things I want to do and just to get what I want? Which doesn't make you wrong, but is there more I could be experiencing? Could I go deeper? So you might want to explore that. And that's all I have to say about that. What else? It's lovely in here. Look how quiet that is and pristine it is in here. It's cooler in here too. It's getting a bit hot out there. Legs are getting a little warm though. I think I'm going to have to sit on a log soon. So, it's an amazing world we live in. It's amazing how many people are waking up. Although I think everybody's waking up on their own level. Sometimes we can be a little harsh. Some people are still, can be a little harsh and say, oh, all these people are asleep. Well, we have to be more understanding and realize that we all awaken in different levels. So even somebody that seems to be asleep and still hooked into the system and whatnot, okay, but maybe they're still going through things, they're learning to be more understanding of their family, or they're letting go of that abuse, so they're still growing, which is really what spirituality is, which is what awakening is. They're starting to slowly awaken to what they are, or maybe they're starting to realize a little bit more of what they want in life, and so it's all an awakening and ascension process. So we have to be patient. We don't have to, but if we want to tap into what we really are and we really want to create a new world, then we have to be tolerant of people, and or it behooves us to, I should say. And it only enriches us spiritually when we do so. So and I think that's why a lot of us, when we first awaken, we, for lack of a better way to put it, we more awaken in a truther kind of thing. And there's a lot of truthers, and they're vital, and we need them. They're fantastic. Thank you if you're a truther. But if you're a truther, I also invite you, there's more to it. Yes, make change, but when the thing with people that only go as far as the truthing, and they put a lot of energy, but anger into it, then you are missing out on a lot spiritually that you can be tapping into. And I think you'll find, like a lot of us do, that you can actually make more change when you start to focus more on your own path and your own spiritual journey. Then you find the path becomes more clear of how to make change, and you just start to make change, as opposed to just always pointing the finger at what's wrong with the world and trying to catch the evildoers in their act. But again, it's great that they do. They keep us informed. So I'm not slashing you. I'm just saying there's more to it. So if you're a truther, great, keep at it, but try not to do it with anger, because doesn't serve yourself. These shells react, so you're going to be physically not in great shape, and emotionally you're not going to be in great shape, and you're going to be missing out on a lot of amazing lessons or knowings when you go inward and become still, and you start to really become dedicated to your own spiritual growth. So it's great to make change, but anyways, what I was saying was, I think a lot of us, that's how we first wake up. We wake up and look around the world and go, holy crap, we've been lied to, oh my God, we've been controlled from the start, and it's true. It's absolutely true. A couple decades ago, the things most of us accept now, even people that still some can deem asleep. But what generally we all accept, is what the truthers were talking about all along. We used to call them conspiracy theorists. So, there's truth in it. There's truth in everything. So, that's, I think, a lot of us, how we first wake up. But then, eventually, I think we find most of us, probably all of us in the end, awaken even deeper to even deeper truths. More than not so much the truth of what's out there, but the truth of what's in here. And by doing that, we can manifest and create what we want out here more efficiently, with the right energy, with the right vibrations. So yeah, I know I'm just rambling, but I told you I would. I need to find a log. My dogs are barking. For those who don't know that old expression, those are my dogs. It means your feet. When your feet start aching, so I guess that's why they come of it. So just picture your feet going, because they're throbbing and swelling. So that's what they mean when they say dogs are barking. I just explained that. Some of you will know it, but it's a lot of sayings are starting to become obsolete. So I find myself a lot saying sayings, and people are going, "What? I never heard of that." So I thought I'd just explain that for you. So I'm going to turn this camera off. Cool, because I'm almost out of batteries. Ooh, got to turn this off. And we'll have to do, I wish I could go on more, but I think I'm going to have to turn this off and do a quick wrap up. So I found a log. I was going to rush an ending because I'm almost out of batteries, but I'm not going to shortchange you guys because this is the last video, really. So I'm just going to talk until I run out of battery, and then I'm going to go home, recharge it, and we'll just finish up on the swing. A lot of people seem to like me chit-chatting on the swing, so we'll just finish up there. So I'm just going to ramble until the battery wears out. It should be any moment now. So yeah. It's been fun making these videos. It's been therapeutic for me. That's why I called it my journey of self-discovery, is what my channel, the caption of my channel is. And so thank you for listening. Some of you have reached out to me and asked for support. I've been happy to be there for you. I hope I helped. If you found any comfort, or if I've uplifted you, I really, besides just expressing myself and doing it for myself, I just wanted to, if I could, uplift people. So some of my videos have been silly, they're uplifting. Some of them are thoughts that I've had and feelings as I've been going inward. So if I've helped in any way, or uplifted your experience here in any way, then awesome. Awesome. Happy to be of service. I love you all deeply. I love this life. Life is such a gift. We only get one shot that we know of. And so I encourage all of you to keep being passionate about the things you're passionate about. Do the things you feel moved to do. Yes, the mind's a great tool, but try not to get trapped in it, in your thoughts. Monitor your thoughts, because we manifest from there, as well as it manifests in the body. I'm convinced the reason I don't get sick and I almost seem to be physically, with the exception of the occasional little gray hair, I seem to be getting healthier and younger. And I've had a happy-go-lucky life. Not a perfect life, but I've been very grateful and been a dreamer and childlike, and I think that's a big key. We see it in people that live into their hundreds. They say that's the one common denominator, is that happy-go-lucky spirit. So embrace your inner child. Embrace nature. Nature is so important. It connects us. With the modern day system, we've been disconnected from nature. So any chance you get out in nature, rediscover yourself, rediscover the magic that's found in nature. It's an amazing platform, this planet ocean, this Eden, for us to learn, and it teaches us so much. It really does. The trees teach us. And that's not just a slogan. Really look around. Lessons can be found in everything. From animals, you look at a dog, they just know how to be. They teach us that. Trees teach us, plants teach us, everything teaches us. It's all here for us. A biker. And when you're in nature, slow it down. I mean, you don't have to. It's okay to go running and biking, but you miss a lot. I see that a lot the years I've been walking on the trail. If you're running through nature and you're running through life and you're always go, 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 that's that old saying, stop and smell the roses. It's so important to your growth. It's so important to your health, physical and mental and emotional. To slow it down so you can take it all in. And so ground yourself in nature. You hear that a lot. Quiet the mind when you can, because it does start to chatter. Monitor your thoughts. If thoughts are not serving you, if your thoughts are making you suffer, then you can change that by changing your thoughts. Everything is perception. Our whole experience here. And that's why I've had a wonderful life. I don't have money, really. I'm broke, actually, right now. Although, compared to other people in the world, I'm very grateful, because I live like a king, really. But, in our modern day standards, I'm poor. Things that I had wanted, things that turned out, didn't turn out the way life doesn't turn out exactly the way you want. Not in the specific way, we're so specific, but if you really look, it does give us what we put out there. So when we change the vibration, when we change our thoughts, when we change our perception, because one person's beauty is another person's ugliness. So if you're experiencing something in such a negative way, believe me when I tell you, by changing your perception of it, you change your experience. And I just made a video about that, about where we see the darkness of the world. If you look in nature, there is no darkness or evil in nature. It doesn't exist. And I don't think any of us will argue about that. You never hear anybody say, nature's evil, or this isn't evil, or that bear doing that, eating that fish is evil, or even storms and hurricanes are evil. No one says that. We all collectively agree that it's nature, it just is, it's right, it's just... So where do we find the darkness? We keep focusing on this darkness and this evil that we see in ourselves. And so we project into the world, and that's why the planet, we're harming the planet and other living things and ourselves, because we're creating that from ourselves. We created this myth that there's a darkness within us. And I believe it's a myth. At least for me it is. And I've had an incredible life. I really have. Again, I haven't done incredible things. I've done lots of neat stuff, skydiving and art and taken on projects and creations, little dreams I wanted to do. I followed them. They didn't necessarily make me rich, but I just appreciated that I could do them and do children's books. And so things I really wanted to do, I got to do. And I'm sure I'll do more. But I love my life. And I always have. And I see the people in the world as wonderful. And so that's been my experience. I'm not blind, and I do work very hard, have been and continue to make change. Everything I do is to try to make the world a better place if I can. I'm very passionate about that. The environment, and so I do that in my books, and I plant trees with my books, and all my books are about that, and et cetera, et cetera. So, it doesn't mean just by enjoying your life and looking at things and being grateful and positive and changing your perception doesn't mean turning a blind eye. It just means creating from that place and appreciating the beauty instead of focusing on just the more negative or what we consider negative, and you focus on just what's right. then that's your experience. It really is. I can tell you that for sure. So, I'm 42 years old, which is hard for me to believe. It's just a number. I still feel like a little kid. I always did. And so life's been just this wonderful, wonderful mystery to explore in this incredible Eden full of gifts. And that's been my perception. And the more I've over the years gone inward in stillness and continue to do that, the more I create that and the more I experience that. And so it won't matter what I go through. It really won't. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. But I'll greet it with gratitude and love, self-love and love for all things. And be grateful for every moment and focus on what I did have and what I did experience and what I do have. And so I invite you to do that as well. Your life is yours to create. You are the creator of your life. And you are creating the world. You're an important part of this expression. And so great, have your missions, have your things you want to do, but do it from a place of love and if you can, stillness and peacefulness. And you'll create that, you'll experience that, and you'll make so much, you will be the change. And you will experience it that way, and others will experience it, and you'll inspire others. And you'll find your vocation, your missions will go along a lot smoother. And the synchronicities will come into play, and things will fall into place. We see that with people all the time. And so love your life. Love yourself. Love all living things. You are love. We have one shot here, so make the best of it. If you find yourself, and it's okay, I'm not judging, we all go through it, but when you find yourself in a slump, or you find yourself going through thoughts that don't serve you, or worrying, or getting pulled into things, and attachments and wants and things, just, do whatever, whether it's creating or getting out in nature or being silly or whatever it does that gets you into that place where you feel you, where you feel connected to everything and connected to yourself and whole, and feed that. And from there, anything else you want to do, you can do from there, and your experience will be colored from that. It really will. Choice really is, or happiness really is a choice. I was backing backwards there for a minute. Happiness is a choice, it really is. We see it, I've said it before, people in the most horrific situations that we can't even imagine, third world countries, etc. And you'll see kids playing, they have nothing, and they haven't eaten in days, and they've probably seen abuse and things you can't imagine, and they're just so overjoyed because they found a little rock or a piece of fruit and playing ball with it, and they're just in the moment. And so they teach us that. And so for them in that moment, happiness was a choice. They could have just left that fruit and just dwelled on, we live in a horror, this is horrific, this is terrible, I want out of here. And instead they live. We would want more for them, of course, and we can create a better world for them. Those of us that are privileged too, we can be grateful that we have the things we do, so we can create, and we can try to create a better world for those others that don't have what we have. But we can also learn from them. This is not hell, life is not hell. That is a perception we create along with the darkness and the evil that doesn't really exist. It's of our own creation. So if we want to experience something else, we change the way we think, we change our perception, and we'll create something different. And people do it all the time and have been doing it for centuries. Buddha, if there really was a man, there might have been a man called Buddha, who knows? Some think there was, some think it's just a story. Regardless, it doesn't matter. There's been people like that, same as Jesus or whatnot. But regardless, in the stories, they saw things that were just, we couldn't even imagine, like just, whoa. we would just, a lot of us, we would think, probably think we'd just give up, just be like, oh, forget it, life's just... But they found peace, and they found the beauty in life, and they found the gifts even in suffering and challenges and pain. And so we can see that they showed us the way. And people show us the way all the time. It's been done a million times. It'll continue to be done, so you can do it. Live your life. Love your life. Love the world. Love the gifts we're given. You can't make a mistake. That's the other thing. You can't make a mistake. It seems like we make mistakes, but we don't. It's all for a reason. If you make a mistake, it's just to learn from it or to grow from it. That's it. You can't make a mistake. Your life is yours to create. You're totally free. Remember, you're always free. Even if, others or the system might make us think we're not free. That's not true at all. But they're trying to cover the truth, which is we're totally free to manifest and create anything we want. And if we perceive things, again, perception. So even in the toughest things, if we see even the toughest of ordeals as a gift, then we're free, right? If I was attacked by 10, heaven forbid, if I was attacked by 10 guys right now and they jumped out of nowhere and, don't want to get graphic, but, I'm just giving an example. If they were to suddenly beat me to death, I wouldn't want that. I got things to do. But in that moment, how I perceive it is everything. I hope I don't run out of time, but I don't remember where I heard it, but there was a woman, and this is a touchy subject, so if this is touchy, I apologize, because some people go through this. I'm not making light of it. It's a perfect example, though, that there was a woman, and I'm not saying this is what you should do. I'm just showing an extreme of how perception, you can change everything. There was a woman who was raped once, and she said that while she was being raped, she just loved him. And she forgave him, and she told him during and afterwards. And I don't remember the rest of the story, but something amazing happened from that. I think he ended up turning himself in, and he ended up trying to make amends years later to her and others. And so, again, I'm not making light, and I hope I didn't touch on something, because some people have gone through that, and they're going through right now. And I feel for you, but I only bring that up as an example. Is perception, and it's easy just to say, but I'm just saying it can be done. So I'm just saying that no matter what comes at our way, it's perception. So if we still hold on, if we just focus on the pain and on what we don't want, we do suffer. But if we can go inward and we can feel that love for ourselves and love for life and that gratitude and acceptance of what is, that everything is for a purpose and a reason, and that we are in control, because we are. We can control how we perceive things. And so if we do that, the reason I brought that up again was just to say that we're free. So it doesn't matter what happens to us or what projections or what manifestations happen in the world, even if they're tough. How we perceive it is everything. And if we hold true to that, then no matter what, if I was to die right now, even in a horrific way, you know what? I've had a wonderful life. So that one thing isn't going to isn't going to scratch the rest out. So, again, life is a gift. It's an amazing gift. We get one shot here. It's incredible. And where we are, it's just endless gifts. We're so blessed. We're so blessed, and we forget. So enjoy your life. Live your life. Do what you feel moved to do. And if you feel yourself slipping into sadness or slipping into worry of the brain or judgments of the mind, just get into practice to do whatever serves you to get out of that and tap into the real you that we see in nature. This tree has no worries. It just is. We can even chop it down, but it's It's living fully. So live your life. I love you. I love you. I love you. Love yourself. Love and light. I'll talk to you a little bit. I'll wrap this up at home because my battery just died, so I got seconds left. I'll do a final wrap up on the swing. I'll see you at home. If I can find my way out. I'm a little bit lost now. I'm totally lost. See if I can find my way home. What's up? Oh, come on, hurry up. Hurry up. Oh! Get settled. We're making a video. The final video. Well, the last part of the final video. I ran out of, as you know, I ran out of footage. Calm down, I'm going to pet you. So I ran out of footage, or I ran out of battery, I should say. So we're finishing up on the swing, which turns out going to be the longest video I ever did. Pretty much a movie. But I figured for the final one, you know, make it a long one, make it a good one. So yes, talked about a lot of different things on the trail. So this is just a wrap up. Again, I need to change direction. So once in a blue moon, I'm sure a video will come out, spiritual related, but pretty much there won't be a whole lot of videos, just a few artistic ones, and then there should be a long gap. But, you know, eventually there'll be one. Sure, now the phone rings. I can hear the phone ringing. So, yeah, what else can I say? It's been fun making the videos. Fun for me. Some people seem to enjoy them, uplifted by them, or comforted by them. I hope that's what if they bring that to anybody, great. So at the end of in the description of this video, I'll put. There's a lot of people that make spiritual related or health, you know, vegetarian, raw eating type videos and spiritual videos, etc. So I'll put, I'm going to put a list of, there's too many to put them all, but I'll put a pretty extensive list so that whether you just happen to be discovering me for the first time now that I'm making the last one, or whether you've been watching for a while, you've got some others you can go to if you enjoy those kind of videos. And if you feel like making your own, by all means, don't hesitate. Don't be shy. It's very therapeutic, and it does, regardless of who you are or what you're talking about, it will resonate with others and it will help. So yeah, go for it if that's what you feel like doing. But I'll leave a list of the other ones that are continuing to make their videos. This cat, once you start petting him, he becomes very demanding. Pet me faster, pet me this way, pet me that way. Relax, 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 buddy. Relax. I know, it's a camera. I know. Oh, you're gonna rub on the camera, eh? Yeah, he just gave you the lovin's. So I don't know what else to say, really. Again, my videos were meant to uplift. to share what I've been, my awakenings and my journey. And so it's come to the point where not only do I have to shift focus, but really I think there's a whole lot more to talk about that I already haven't talked about. And way down the road, if I feel something new or something fresh to talk about, I'll certainly make one once in a while. But I think I've pretty much said all I have to say on it, really. Now it's just living it, doing it, continuing on. So, I guess if you remember anything from my videos, I guess I just want again, I've said it a lot of times, that you're the creator of your life. You really are. And you are free. Regardless of your situation, you are free. We're always free to respond, to react, to adapt, to learn, to grow, to do anything we want, really, to in any situation. It really is up to us. Perception is everything, and so I encourage you to live your life. It is something special. You are something special. People don't seem to realize this. The mind, along with conditioning and others in society, people can get too critical of themselves, be down on themselves, but you're the only you there is. We're all connected, we're all part of the one, but in this manifestation, in this expression of you, this form, in this 3D matrix, you're totally one of a kind. You're priceless. There may be people kind of like you, but there is only one you. Out of the billions of people on the planet, and billions before them, that have come and gone, and that will come, none of them will be you. Not in this form. You are unique. You are priceless. You are one of a kind. Don't forget that. And you can't make a mistake. You can't make a mistake. We deem things as mistakes, but they're all for a purpose. We learn from them. We grow from them. So you can't make a mistake, so just do what you feel moved to do. Get excited about your life is what I would encourage you to do. And if you start to bother yourself with the mind, which we often do, then do whatever it is that has a meditative effect for you, whether it's actual meditation, or walking in nature, or creating, or painting, or singing, or hobbies, or cooking, or cleaning, whatever it is that clears your mind. If you have to do that, if you start to feel that your mind's spinning in circles, or if you're, monitor your thoughts, and if your thoughts are making you unhappy, or the outer world, you're getting too pulled into the outer world and other people's views, and etc., then go inward. Go to stillness, go to do that meditative thing that clears your mind. And then from there you can see things more clear. And be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Love yourself. That's the most important thing. If you only love one person on this planet, love yourself. That's the most important person to love. Once you truly love yourself, it's easy to love everybody else. And everything else. It really is. When we have trouble in those areas, it's because we're as humans, as I think Osho said, we're like beggars, two beggars begging from one another. So when we go relationship, whether it's romantic or any other kind of relationship, and we're going from one to the other, a lot of times it's because we're, not always, but a lot of times it's because we're trying to get something. We're trying to fill that, what we're not giving ourselves. And so when you fully love yourself, then you start to really, it becomes quite easy to love others, and you start to really love life. And you start to see that life really is a gift. A gift full of gifts. And life is just an abundant buffet of gifts. And every single moment, petting this kitty is a gift. Just sitting here on the swing is a gift. Sharing with you is a gift. Everything we do is just one gift after the other. And we forget and we take them for granted. And so when we're unhappy, it's usually because we're in the mind and we're focusing on the past or the future, or what we didn't get or what we're not getting. And we're missing what we're getting. So I could focus on the person banging out there that's interrupting my video. Or I can just focus on the moment, focus on just being. And that's the most important thing right now, especially if you want to make change. It's not just a slogan. If you want to make change, you really got to be the change. You're not going to drag someone into change. You're not going to force someone. You're not going to smarten people up. You can affect them by being the change. So be the change you want to see in the world. And it is happening. It's an exciting time. Sometimes people don't see that because they're focused on the wrong thing. They're missing all the beauty and all the exciting changes that are happening because they're focusing on the negative things that are happening. Because yes, there's yin and yang. There's with this great time of change, there's still a lot of people resisting. There's still a lot of resistance. There's still a lot of stuff going on in the world that seems like things are changing or getting worse. But the reason that's happening is because of it's almost a reaction of what's happening on the other side. And on the other side is millions of people are waking up to their own worth, to their own spiritual journey, to love and light, to wanting to make a better world, taking on causes and wanting to better humanity and grow and better and become more in harmony with the planet. And we are getting there. So as of course, as a lot of more and more people are becoming more conscious of what they're putting in their bodies and what they're doing to the planet, of course, and we see the system more still want to dig even deeper for the oil and go even, clamp even tighter with the control with the system, and we just have to trust that that's all part of this ascension, because it's all part of it. Nobody's wrong, not even them, the ones that are doing all the harm. It's all part of it. We have to trust. We have to trust that this is all, because what is. So how can it be wrong? And so basically I encourage you to get excited about your life. Love yourself and get excited about this life. Be gentle with yourself, be gentle with your others, be gentle with the planet. And the best way to start is by removing things that no longer serve us, and just do it in baby steps. If you try to tackle on too much, it gets overwhelming. So just do baby steps. One first thing that's a lot of us start with is turn the TV off. It's all programming. It's called television programming. And it's toxic. It's absolutely toxic. So when you're ready, I highly recommend turning off. There's not one person, there's millions if not billions of people over the last decade or two, especially in the last couple of years, have turned off the TV, and you won't find one that regrets it. I guarantee it. You are what you eat, whether it be physically eating or whether it's your soul or your mind. So if you start to turn off the TV, it frees up so much time to do other things, to do things that are important to you, do things you enjoy, things of real value. And you're also cleansing yourself of a lot of toxic control methods that are put into us from birth and through the media. So you can start with TV if that's an easy one for you. And with your diet, you know, and when I say diet, I don't mean go on a diet. Just slowly start removing things. The easiest thing is stop with the fast food and the junk food. You can have it once in a blue moon, but just stop eating it regularly. Doesn't mean go on a vegetarian or raw thing right away. Just, you know, stop eating cheeseburgers or give up meat, whatever is easy for you to start. You know, even if it's just give up McDonald's or give up fast food, then do that. And that's what most of us do. It's been a stage. None of us just gave everything up all at once. It's just a slow removal process. And so a lot of us have given up TV and then given up meat, and now I'm just almost completely off dairy, but that took a long time because that's my favorite, is dairy. So meat was easy. I did almost 2 years ago, but I was tapering off for years. TV I was tapering off for a decade, so I eased into it. And then finally about 3 years ago I just just canceled my cable. And I've been a big, huge movie buff, but I started to realize as I started to grow spiritually more and more, I started to realize and not like all the violence and negative stuff that's even in movies that I used to love. So I started slowly giving away. I just started slowly picking out movies out of my huge collection and giving them away. And so for the most part, I have a very small movie collection. I used to have a massive one. And they're mostly uplifting movies. There's still a few ones in there that are a little bit negative, and I'll probably get rid of them when I feel ready. But yeah, whatever it is, a lot of people are getting rid of the stuff in their house slowly over the years, getting rid of the clutter that weighs us down. Stop consuming just for the sake of consuming. Whatever it is, if you start removing, it's a good place to start. Is just start removing slowly the things that are easy to remove, that don't serve you anymore. And once you start that process, it will become natural and it doesn't become forced anymore. And you'll just slowly start to go, yeah, I think I'm ready for this now, and you'll get rid of that. And sometimes it'll be relationships, or it'll be, whatnot. But I call this time the time of the great removal, because that's what's happening. People are removing so much in their lives that doesn't serve them, and even it's happening even naturally on its own. As people grow, just, things are falling away that no longer serve us. Did you get bored of, because I wasn't petting you anymore? You don't love me no more because I didn't pet him. So yeah, just start slowly easing in and removing things that no longer serve you. We'll start with the easy stuff and just don't put any pressure, and then you'll start to like how you feel, and so then it'll just become a natural process, and you'll start removing other things and other things. Just let it happen naturally. And then on top of that, like I said, love yourself and treat yourself well. And if you're getting too overwhelmed with the outer world or with your mind chatter, then just do things that clear your mind. Do things for yourself that you enjoy. I mean, why else live if you're not here to enjoy it? We're so blessed with these senses and this amazing planet. Enjoy yourself. Your life is yours to create, so I encourage you to go do that. Don't worry so much about changing the world or or getting things done or accomplishing things. They will happen when you're serving yourself, when you're dedicated to being happy and to fulfilling yourself. You will make change anyways. You will start accomplishing the things you want to. So don't force it. Just ease into it. But I do encourage you to at least make the choice, though, to be happy and to fulfill yourself and to treat yourself well. And everything else will follow. It really will. So yeah, you guys got anything to say in the final video? How about you, Booby? You got anything to say? Hey, Booby? You got anything to say, booby? Huh? You got anything to say? Oh, now he wants a pet. You're greedy. You're greedy. You just got pets. No, you already got off. That's it. So, it's time to wrap this up. So, how I'm going to end it is to just once again say I love you. And I wish you all the happiness. And there's a lot of videos piled up. Feel free to go dig in if you can kind of tell what they're about by the subject, if not by the description. So they'll always be there for you. I'll pop off one or two here and there over the course of time. There'll still be a few. But yeah, there's over 100 to dig in, and I'll leave a list. So there's lots of other people that continue to share and uplift and share their awakenings. So I encourage you to go, wonderful, amazing people, to go check them out. And if you feel moved, go make your own videos, And just don't forget how amazing you are and how amazing this life is, and just live it and enjoy it. And on that note, I've always not been too crazy over the sound of my own voice because it's kind of low and raspy, but people say it's comforting to the fact that a good friend of mine, Benisur, her little angel, her little Buddha, Arthur, apparently when playing my videos it puts him right to sleep. So I thought that I would end my official final video related to spirituality, that I would end it with a little serenade to you, Benisur, and particularly for Arthur. This is for you, Arthur. And it's a lullaby that my father used to sing all the time. Not when I was a little kid. He just sang it all the time, just anywhere, it could be a grocery store in the house. It's just a song, but it's a lullaby by Bing Crosby. And so I'm going to sing that for you, and we'll end it there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tooraloo-ra-loo-ra, tooraloo-ra-lie, tooraloo-ra-loo-ra. That's an Irish lullaby. Way down in Killarney, many years ago, my mother sang a song to me in a tone so soft and low. 'Twas a simple little ditty in her good old Irish way, and I'd give the world if I could hear that song of hers again. Tooraloo-ra-loo-ra, tooraloo-ra-lie, tooraloo-ra-loo-ra. That's an Irish